Yeah, you pretty much built what is essentially a bulletproof community. As like you said, especially
Yeah.
I want to. You touched on the Discord server earlier and how you built that. I think like what sets it apart is that like you set the precedent right from the get go because it's essentially under lock and key. You have to complete a riddle to access the server, which I think is a stroke of genius. Honestly, I
Yeah,
think that's absolute genius.
we have loosened that up a little bit now. Now there's only a part of the Discord you have to solve the puzzle for. We did open up a more public bit just because it ended up with like 20 people actually talking in there and nobody else could get in. But yeah, we had a puzzle set up by one of our mods, Maida, who set up this like thing kind of based on the Call of Duty stuff. And that really came about because I was getting, and this sounds horrible, but I was getting fed up of helping people. I was getting like fed up of every day checking the messages, and it was just someone saying, "How do you do this? How do you do this?" And it was stuff that like you could Google and
Yeah.
find instantly. And it was like, I just want to talk to people who already know this stuff. So
Hmm.
we set up a puzzle to kind of weed out the people who come, because the puzzles are actually quite easy. Like the puzzles,
Yeah.
if you thought about them and you actually did a tiniest bit of research, you could solve them in about, I think most people took about 20 minutes to do them.
Hmm.
And it's like just weeding out people who couldn't be bothered to spend 20 minutes to get into a community was such a good thing to do, I think.
Yeah.
Like a lot of, and it's always been a balance of all my content is kind of how much do you just want the numbers to grow and how much do you want a certain type of community.
Yeah.
You know, and we've always erred on the side of we want a certain type of community, even if it means banning a lot of people or scaring a lot of people off. So, you know, in Twitch, our mods are pretty ruthless. Like, we get rid of people very quick. You know, if someone comes in and is the slightest bit homophobic or racist, it's like they're gone.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
just
out. They're out.
Like, yeah, like there's no kind of second chances or warning system or anything like that. And similarly, you know, if people come in posting leaks or anything like that, they're gone.
Hmm.
And even, you know, on a Discord, sometimes I just get in a bad mood and ban a load of people I don't really like. But it's kind of, and it gets some people's backs up. Like, you know, a lot of people have got very angry about it. But it's like, if you don't see why I'm doing it, this probably isn't the community for you. Go somewhere else. Like, there's plenty of other places you can go, but this is my place. I actually bought some sunglasses the other day that said on one side of them, "We're not for everyone, and that's okay." And that's kind of like the whole thing. Is like,
Yeah.
my community isn't for everyone, but that's fine. Like, there's other
Yeah.
places for you.
Yeah, there's gonna be a place for you no matter what, but this is the place for this specific kind of people who want to do this thing. Because it's like
Yeah.
you said, it's like essentially building the right community. Because you like referring back to the moment with the spreadsheet, if you had 5 times the numbers, but it was just general people, you couldn't have done something like that. Like, it
No,
would
I
just
mean
be a
that
mess.
exact stream. I think we had about 1,000 people watching, but probably about 50 people were on the spreadsheet. And then you compare that to like Noah J, I think had like 100,000 people watching. But they weren't people who were helping him. They were just people, you know, constantly spamming in chat. So we couldn't even read chat 'cause it's too fast. It's got too many people.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's definitely an element of kind of having a smaller community lets you get more stuff done. And I find it very funny. I get a lot of people comment, well, not a lot. I used to get a lot of people on Twitter saying things like, "Oh, it's not actually you that solves this stuff. It's like, it's your Discord." And it's like, I know.
Yeah,
Like, that was
and
the
what of
entire
it?
point.
And what of it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like I've always been pretty good about, you know, acknowledging who did what and saying that it was a Discord. But it's like people seem to see that as like a weakness of like, oh, you don't do all of this yourself. You have people help you. It's like, yep.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Like that's the best
That's
part.
what I've been trying to do.
That's
Yeah,
my secret
exactly.
cap. That's the best part of this whole thing.